All right.
All right.
How you doing, man?
I'm
It's
good.
to be sitting here with you. You want to introduce yourselves for everyone watching in 360 vision right
Sure.
now?
I don't know from what angle I should say hi, but I'll stay
We
right
have
here.
all of them.
All of them, so I can
all
move around.
angles.
We could just move
We
around.
could switch positions at one point if you want.
I like the idea of that.
Cool.
I think we should constantly be in motion while doing the interview. We should have like a spinning interview. I'm just playing. Sorry.
We can do that.
My name is Lido. Hi. I am 24 years old, I think. I am originally from Norway, tiny little town called Haugesund up in the mountains. And I live in Los Angeles now, and I make weird electronic music, I guess, pretty much. Is that all right for an introduction?
Yeah, it's great. It's
Cool.
also really good, weird electronic music. And we like
Thank
weird.
you. I
We like
appreciate
weird.
that. Thank you.
So we're sitting here in the Los Angeles State Historic Park.
Mhm.
It's the grand reopening, so we're gonna start with a really awesome, fun question, which is, in honor of the grand opening, what is your favorite historical story?
Historical story in general in the world?
Just growing up, like what's your favorite moment in history?
I think in general, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with ancient history. So Egypt, the ancient Egyptians, the Mayans, the Incas. I was obsessed with Atlantis, like the phenomenon, for a minute. So obviously, I think if you ask me what part of history is cooler to you, I'd definitely say the pyramids. That's
Pyramids?
crazy shit.
Have you been to see any of the ruins anywhere in the world?
I have not. I have
We'll
really
make it
not,
happen.
which is kind of messed up. But that's one of the goals I have in life. I want to at some point be on top of a pyramid, legally or illegally, doesn't matter that much. Possibly. I'm looking to my manager. I want to smoke a joint on a pyramid at some point in
Great.
life. Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel like I can
Were
say
you
that.
checking to see if you're okay to
We
say
live
that?
we live in
Yeah.
Los Angeles,
Right.
California.
Yeah.
We're
He was
good.
like,
We out
can
here.
I talk about weed?
Speaking of Los Angeles and California, and then more specifically your roots, or non-specifically, depending on your answer, what type of music, and this could be either a genre or a cultural music, do you really connect with the most?
I grew up with a dad who ran a gospel choir, so my roots are in gospel music. I grew up visiting a lot of Baptist churches and falling asleep on benches when I was probably 3 years old, with shit popping off around me. So as I get older, I can feel I can't step away from the gospel music. It's just leaking into everything I do always. So I think the genre that means the most to me and that has had the most influence on the way that I write music, definitely gospel music.
Awesome. Amazing. And you see that show up in a lot of the sounds that you recreate.
Absolutely. And a lot of the harmonies are very gospel-y, and sort of the energy. I don't know. It was just such a magical place to me being there as a kid, because I saw all these people feel so many things, and I didn't understand at that time what religion was or what was going on around me. I just saw people having incredible experiences, really spiritual experiences, and what was triggering it was this music.
Right.
So it just meant so much to me seeing all of these people connect to it, and I connected to it as well. So
Well, and in that vein, you once said that you would start vomiting and get physically ill if you weren't making music.
It happened.
Yeah.
It happened a few times. It's especially when I was in high school, and school would get really busy, and I wouldn't have time to make any music. I'd get physically very ill, and I would skip school a couple days, just make beats, and then it would all stop.
Can you speak more about the power of music as medicine?
As medicine, I think as emotional and spiritual medicine, it's undeniable. I think for me, I'm definitely an extreme case in terms of it being physical medicine, but I think music is one of the most healing things that we have, and also one of the most powerful things in terms of putting you somewhere or taking you out of somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad song will make you sad regardless of what happens around you. You can. There's a lot of art forms that you can sort of can be affected about of what happens around it and
Totally.
what situation you're in. Music is one of those that are like undeniably. They can change your mood or the way you're feeling about something, or like watch a movie with a different song on it instead of what was originally written for it. It might change the movie completely for you.
Entirely.
So it is really, really powerful in general as an art form. I think in my opinion the most powerful one, and as medicine it's really important, at least for me, very important for me.
But let's take use of the 360. Let's switch spots real quick.
Woo! Let's
do it.
Oh shit.
Switching it up.
Yo, I'm gonna watch this shit after and just
Just flip around. All right. Hey, what's up, other side?
What's up, other side? What's poppin'?
Cool. I would love to expand more into what you just said because, just for days we could talk on that.
Yes.
But we'll just go off in a specific tangent and we'll talk about the visuals because we talked about, music setting a tone and so can visuals. And before we came here today, we watched a couple of your music videos, Murder and
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they're so visually different, but so visually stimulating in, alternative kind of ways. So how do you approach your visual creation as an artist?
I'm very specific, for sure. I usually have a very good idea about pretty much the whole visual aspect of anything within the first 5-10 minutes of a song. The creation of a song, that is. So with Crazy, it was kind of like this song explains so much about how I write music, because I play a lot of instruments, I do a lot of things, but it's I'm first and foremost the conductor of all of these instruments. I'm not the best piano player in the world, I'm not the best drummer in the world, I'm not the best producer in the world, I'm not the best singer in the world, but I can put all of these together and make some really different music. So I consider myself the conductor of this electronic orchestra, and that is sort of like the metaphor that we tried to create with the Crazy visuals. So definitely very, very specific about everything visual that happens around my music, because I think it's sensitive. It can guide your impression of the music a lot.
Absolutely. And you do play a lot of instruments. So what instrument don't you play now that you would love to learn?
Ooh, I would love to learn how to play the cello.
Cello.
I don't play any like string instruments. I don't play any bowed instruments. So I think cello would be cool because I use a lot of cello in my music, but I don't know how to play it.
Right. Cello, it's a bass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen? Okay, School of Rock. Really,
I feel
really big reference, everyone. All right, just a couple more questions because I know we don't have a whole lot of time and we are on a schedule, but 2 more, in fact. The
crazy.
first is, what do you hope people take away from your music?
I hope people take away from my music the ability to be a 360 being and go crazy in the world. And let me see. I hope people take away emotion. I think that was like my mission when I first came into electronic music. I was having difficulty finding the emotion that I experienced through gospel music and the attitude that I was hearing in hip hop music, and the how sexy R&B music was, and how tender indie music could be. All of these things that I was sort of like, electronic music has the opportunity to be anything. It is such a vague genre. So I try to include emotion more so than the weirdest, coolest sound design or the hardest drops or the craziest builds. And so I hope people listen to my music and experience something a little bit different in terms of what electronic music needs to be and what elements you can include in it. Like, you can put gospel music in it, you can put R&B music in it, and it's still electronic music. And you can make it emotional, and you can make it personal, and you can make it stripped down, and you can make it huge. So my love for electronic music is the potential in the genre. It is endless. And what I hope to contribute with is, emotion.
Awesome. Fantastic. Final question. And this one's actually kind of tough. So we're going to throw the last question's always a little difficult.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. You sure?
I'm
360
not
ready.
sure. I'm 360 ready. I'm ready on all sides
360
of
minutes
everything.
here.
Let's go
If
crazy.
you could write a letter today and send it back to yourself in time, say to when you were 10 years old, what would you
10.
write on that letter?
10. If I was 10, I'd say don't stop playing drums. I stopped playing drums for a long time and I regret it. I'd say nothing makes sense to you right now, but it will. Everything you're doing right now is gearing up to something really cool. You wouldn't believe me if I told you what you'd be doing in 10 years. So I'm not gonna tell you, but you're doing some cool stuff. Don't stop playing drums. Don't put out so much music. Wait, be patient, because you're gonna change a lot, and that girl that you're tweaking over right now is not important at all. You're gonna be fine. See you later.
Awesome. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for sitting with us.
Absolutely.
In full 360.
Thank you.
And this is actually gonna be the first time that we've seen your show live, so I'm excited. We're excited, and can't wait to see you on stage, man.
Appreciate you so much, brother. Thank
right,
you.
take it
Thank
easy.
you so much. Take it easy.
This button?
Yep.
What's up?